Hi guys, so this video I'm going to talk about the travesty that is the Dark Phoenix movie because this was just ridiculous. Coming off of something as awesome as Endgame and Kevin Feige, his just the genius that is Kevin Feige, you get Simon Kinberg brings us this shit. Okay? And I kind of wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt because, hey, maybe you could redeem yourself from the fuckery that was The Last Stand. Maybe you could, put something out that's going to be like, yeah, you got some time. It's not hard. You sit down, you take the source material, you look at it, you manipulate it to see how it's going to work, and you're trying to make it work. You look at your actors, your casting, and all of that. Let's take Kevin Feige, for example. He had to make certain liberties with the Avengers because he didn't have rights to everything, to mutants, mutant powers, and all those things. Look how he took that and look how he made that work. And now, Endgame is the #1 grossing movie of all time, finally topping James Cameron's Avatar. So that's a pretty awesome accomplishment for a superhero movie. And X-Men, just the X-Men, they started it. X-Men is what started making superhero movies popular, more mainstream. And just to see, you know what, I kind of should have expected crap like this because Apocalypse was like a piece of shit. Like my mom, who doesn't read the comic books, who knows none of the source material, she's like, I like that movie. I like that Psylocke girl. She could cut a car in half. Mom, Psylocke in the comic books cannot cut a car in half. You can't cut a car in half with mental energy. Or you sitting there and you're making a whip out of mental energy. That's some shit Psylocke does not do. That is not comic book Psylocke. Okay? So, I don't know what the hell source material Simon Kinberg and even the actress who played Psylocke, Olivia Munn, said that they really didn't know anything about the characters. That Psylocke actually has a twin brother, Captain Britain, or knew any backstory on some of these characters. You gotta look at the source material. You can't just make a movie and not know the source material. It just makes no sense to me. Okay, like Dark Phoenix. Okay, obviously use some of the source material because you had the whole in space thing of Jean getting the Phoenix Force, which was okay. But what about the Shi'ar Empire? What about the fight on the moon? You picked an alien race that the Dark Phoenix destroyed their planet, and you made them the bad guys. And then okay. Let's talk about the best thing about the movie. Sophie Turner. Sophie Turner is awesome. I think she did a great job, framing emotional and just playing Dark Phoenix. But that was about the only good thing about the movie. The X-Men roster was very limited. You had a whole bunch of mutants that you could have used. You did the whole Deadpool thing where you alluded to that the worlds are connected because him and Colossus are playing in the mansion, and you see the other X-Men. Why not add Colossus to the mix? Why not add a new mutant? Why not throw Gambit into the mix, or some other X characters? You cameo Dazzler. Why not Dazzler? Huh? Nothing. We get this little Team X, and then Team Magneto. You get this villain, this character with the hair. Don't know who that is. Never seen him in a comic book before, ever. Then you get Selene, and I'm like, what is this? I know who Selene. Selene is also aka the Black Queen. In the comic book, Selene is a force to be reckoned with. Various powers, and it's just badass. They had her flying out of a train door. Magnus like, Selene! Like, what the hell? That would not have been popping. It would have been totally different in the comic books because the Black Queen has taken on the X-Men by herself multiple. And she wrecking shop. So what exactly was that? I don't know. Like, some of the special effects and some of the stuff that was going on was like right out of The Gifted. Some of these scenes. I was like, y'all had all this money, Don't get me wrong, I like Jennifer Lawrence, but she wasn't needed. You could have had her and Beast go off and just disappear and not kill her for shock value, which wasn't even that serious because nobody was even invested in the character. Because Jennifer Lawrence, I like Jennifer Lawrence as an actress, but she was not feeling that makeup. She was more Jennifer Lawrence than Mystique in the damn movies because of the makeup and all of that stuff. If you don't like the makeup in a role, then don't do the role. I was watching the thing, Alan Cummings, who played Nightcrawler in X2 talked about how great the movie, but he had to sit in a chair and makeup for like 6-7 hours. And they put, like, he talked about how they put the tattooing of stuff on his face, and he said the process was horrible because the movie was so great. I enjoyed making the movie. The cast was great, but the process sucked. Hey, sometimes that's how it is. But anyway, finally, now that Kevin Feige has control of the Marvel Universe again, I'm so excited to see what's going to be going on. Because Phase 4, they did at Comic-Con this past weekend. They did it at Comic-Con. And wow, I'm sitting here going like, wow, like this is going to be awesome, And now he's got control. It means we're going to get Fantastic Four. We're going to get Secret Wars. We're going to get, the X-Men are going to come back. I got a feeling we're going to see a cameo of Storm in Black Panther 2. It's going to happen. We're going to get Wolverine somewhere in there. Kevin Feige is genius, and that's smart. That I feel like he's going to make those smart decisions to kind of add mutants and add that into the MCU the way that it needs to be. So that's the one saving grace. But this Simon Kinberg, and just to see X-Men Dark Phoenix just crash and burn like this, like to end such a successful franchise, to have it be so like jacked up, I'm just like sitting there going like, wow. Like y'all don't have people just sit and watch this movie beforehand, and they could have just not showed. I would have rather not seen this shit. Y'all could have just shelved it and then let Feige take over and let him do what he was gonna do and reboot it. We could have got maybe the X-Men next year in 2 years. You could have rebooted them that fast, But now we're gonna have to wait a little while because of this travesty that is Dark Phoenix. I don't know. I'm really in my feelings about it because it's something that could have been completely avoided if done properly. But hey, I'm not out here producing movies. That's not what I do. But yeah, so that's just my rant on the Dark Phoenix movie. Thanks.